Good morning, this is Andrew Mount reporting live from Cheltenham. It's Saturday the 25th of January and it's Trials Day. A fantastic meeting, one of the highlights of the calendar, and a good meeting in its own right, not just with a view to finding winners for the Cheltenham Festival in 6 weeks' time. Now we kick off with the Triumph Hurdle Trial at 12:40. This race is cut up significantly from the 5-day stage. Sadly, we don't get Cerebus, who chased home All Mankind in the Grade 1 finale hurdle at Chepstow last time out. Now, one thing to bear in mind over hurdles at Cheltenham, whether it's the old course or the new course, is will there be an advantage to racing wide round the outside of the track, taking the Paddy Brennan route and avoiding what's often the churned up ground on the inside? Well, I've walked it from the last hurdle to the winning line, and I don't think there's a great deal in it. If anything, it might be an advantage to race towards the inside, because there's certainly plenty of soft patches on the outer, but we'll see if anyone takes that wide route in our opener. The market's headed by Monte Cristo, a French import for the Nicky Henderson yard, trading around about 11 to 10. Henderson often unleashes his good juvenile hurdlers later in the season, some of them not making their debuts until February time at Kempton, for example. So the market move has obviously got to be significant for that one. However, if I'm going to have a small bet in the race or suggest one for the play spot, it'll be Galahad Quest for Nick Williams. Now this one actually started favourite to beat All Mankind on his debut at Warwick, going off 13 to 8 that day. He was a very well beaten fourth behind the all-the-way winner, but he improved on that to run second by a neck at Taunton next time. And the Nick Williams yard don't tilt at windmills when it comes to putting their hurdlers in graded contests early in their careers, and I think it's significant that they're taking a step up in class with this one from a maiden hurdle. So Galahad Quest, the tentative selection for me in the first race. In the 1:15, readers of my blog on GG.CO.UK will know that I've put up two here. GG.CO.UK at a massive price. I've been waiting for this one's handicap debut. Part of me thinks we might not see the best of him until he encounters better ground in the spring, but he's really caught the eye in some good chases here in non-handicap company this winter. And at 40 to 1 I couldn't resist, although his come from behind running style is not ideal for this race. I think 9 of the last 10 winners were prominent throughout. Simply the bets shouldn't be too far away from the pace. He won his first 2 starts over fences, both on left-handed tracks. He went right-handed at Kempton last time, hated the track, jumped out to his left and did well to finish second to Comanche Red, my pick in that contest. So simply the bets and GG.CO.UK the suggestions here. Moving on to the 150, the 2.5 mile handicap chase. I've not had a bet here, but certainly wouldn't put you off Highway 101. Now, his best form over fences has come in small fields, and only 9 rivals he faces here. He was a massive eye-catcher at Kempton last time, stepped up to 3 miles. He finished third. Some people suggested he didn't stay, but I think the problem there was he raced prominently in a strongly run contest that played into the hands of those who came from off the pace. The winner, the second, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and even the seventh were ridden patiently. So in finishing third and doing best of the prominent races, Highway 101 marks him up as the one to upgrade from that contest. So he's run about 6 to 1, which seems fair enough, and I certainly wouldn't put you off backing him each way at that sort of price. Moving on to the 225, this is the big race, the Paddy Power Cotswold Chase, Grade 2 contest. Santini heads the market, but I don't like the fact that we haven't seen him for 11 weeks, and that form with now McGinty at Sandown was let down in the Welsh National. And second favourite Bristol de May is another one I want to take on, given his preference for a flat left-handed track, particularly Haydock. So the two I'm suggesting against the field here, or 2.5 really, are Topville Ben, 4 from 8 left-handed over fences, and a career best when he won the Roland Merrick at Wetherby last time. If he takes to Cheltenham, and there's a little bit of a doubt about that because his best forms come at Haydock and Wetherby, but there aren't many tracks with stiff uphill finishes left-handed in the north that host the big races that he's going to be running in. So I'm going to forgive him that, and there's compensation of the price around about 15 to 2. Slate House, of course, who won the Corto Star Novices Chase, a Grade 1 at Kempton last time. He steps out of novice company and has been well supported. And the other half suggested is Mr. Whitaker. He's won his last 3 chase starts in small fields, and although he's the outside of the field around about 20 to 1, and with his stamina to prove, he could still take to this. So Topville Ben and Slate House, the two main plays there. Moving on to the 3 o'clock, this is the Ballymore. Real shame we haven't got Sporting John here, because I fancied him for this at the anti-post stage. And in his absence, maybe the other JP McManus horse, Time Flies By, could run a good race around about the 6 or 7 to 1 mark. The Cleve at 3:35. Paisley Park is going to be very hard to beat here, and he's quoted accordingly, currently around about the 4 to 5 favourite. If you want one each way, Somerville Boy could get the run of the race out in front, or To Be Fair loves it here, might be able to sneak into the first 3 or 4, but it's a watching race for me, and fascinated to see how If the Cap Fits gets on here at Cheltenham, and whether he truly stays 3 miles on a stiff track. Finally, the 4:10, again I've put a couple up here in my blog. Back on the Lash and Shut the Box. Shut the Box trainer has a really good record in this race. 2 winners, a 20 to 1 fourth, only beating a couple of lengths, and a faller from just 4 runners. And Back on the Lash, who wasn't helped by racing around the inside here a couple of runs back. Since then, he went to Market Raisin, a track that didn't suit his come from behind style. That's it from me until next week. Until then, enjoy Trials Day and best of luck if you're having a bet. Cheers.